Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Now I need to get back to work tinkering with my fantasy football lineup. I stayed up pretty late working that waiver wire last night. But I want to say one thing to the RDR family, and I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have fantasy relations with that running back, Enobenjamin. I never mocked Daniel, not a single time. The only mocking I do is for you, the fans. These allegations are false, and I need to get back to work for the RDR family and the American people. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, welcome back to Rough Draft Research. I'm here with the boys. How you boys doing?
What was that you were saying about Benjamin, pal?
All right. Okay, that's official. All right. I have an apology to issue. Everybody. I agree with those who have said that in my first statement, after I testified, that I was not contrite. I don't think there's a fancy way to say that I have sinned. It is important to me that everyone who has been hurt knows that the sorrow I feel is genuine. First and most important, the RDR family, also my roster, the gurus, fantasy colleagues, Team Ryan, R26, Enobenjamin and the Cardinals, and the American people. I have asked all for their forgiveness, and I believe that forgiveness is more than sorrow is required. At least two more things. Generously fabbing the waiver wire for a quality running back, and being genuine when acknowledging that it wasn't your idea, even though it worked out. I did stash Benjamin in a league, and he did lead me to a victory, scoring 23.3 points in my flex. Daniel.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to you and to hashtag Benjamin. Mm-hmm. And also thank you last year for the Cordero Patterson pickup. Thank you. That is it. The statement, it has been issued. Do I have your forgiveness?
Where would you be without me?
That was a beautiful moment.
Mad at you. Jesus.
Forgiveness among friends.
That's what it's all about.
That's right, man.
Well, welcome back, guys. Just had a little silly thing there. Benjamin, he's here. He's well. If you've been listening, you know he had it coming. All hail the guru that is Daniel Whitmore.
All advice 2 years removed.
Yes, exactly. Curtis Samuel, Brian Edwards next year.
I should, instead of doing a weekly podcast, I should just do a weekly time capsule and dig it up 2 years later, and I'll be like, okay.
There it is.
Finally figured
We're ready.
Devin Duvernay activated. Benjamin.
Gerald Everett.
Gerald Everett. Oh, my God. Where does it stop? There has to be more. I better just leave it alone.
Oh, man.
The hearts are breaking.
Well, again, we are here. Week 7 in the books.
Yeah.
So
what a book.
Now we have the buy, sell, every NFL team pick 'em 1 minute extravaganza. So I'm going to hold these guys to 1 minute. So it's gonna be very interesting. We're gonna go back and forth by division after drafting them, of course. You will have 1 minute to present a buy and sell player from the division, and then the other guru will have a minute to respond in any way they would like. Each person gets 3 hold up minutes where they receive an additional minute to continue to speak. if they wish to do so. We will have the timer on the screen. I will be shouting out the 10-second warning. And I guess it's draft time. We'll start
Who's
with
first?
Christian.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, picking divisions. All right. This I'm still really intrigued by this division, even though one injury has sent shockwaves through the league and it sucks. But I'll take the AFC East.
Ding, ding.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Do we only have 1 minute to decide? Are we on the clock right now?
I can. Do you want me to start it right
No, fuck off.
now? AFC East off the board.
You know, I'm a winner personally, so I'm gonna take a pack of winners.
Rude.
I'm gonna take the NFC East, man.
The East teams off the
damn.
board.
Let it be.
Okay. Let's go. Mix of youth and old. Let's go AFC North. Actually,
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I was spyballing that for my next movement. But since I feel personally sniped here, I'm gonna snipe you. I'm gonna take your North. I'm gonna take the NFC
Ooh.
oh, you
North.
did.
Backers off the
right.
board.
Both
Oh,
y'all.
no. You know what? That's fine. I talk about them too much anyway. Let you have that one, but that does hurt. That's rude. All right. Well, 2 AFCs. I feel like I should get some NFC up in this piece. You've got the East and the North.
Let's see.
Let's take the South. Get some dirty
Okay.
bird action.
Oh,
Ugh.
NFC South.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
There's
sorry,
a lot to
NFC
say. There's a lot to say in the NFC South. Whew, that's wide receiver division. So, well, let me go with something. Let's see. Where's the excitement? We got some sleepers. We got some. Give me the NFC West.
Ooh.
I feel like, it's Christian McCaffrey, right? If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. I'm going to check it out.
All right, final 2 teams. AFC still on the board. I thought they were supposed to have 3 playoff teams.
Well, I'll go the AFC West. I don't need to talk
Okay.
about the Colts anymore either. Talk about them quite a bit. Alec Pierce, Jelani Woods.
Hey, speaking of Alex Pierce, lovely doing that trade with you today.
Got you, dog. That was fun.
You guys and your trades.
Oh, golly.
I don't know. I'm trying not to say anything if I don't have anything nice to say. So, yeah, the AFC West. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. I can do that.
So you're doing the South. So
Oh, the
that's
South.
the
Oh,
last
yeah.
one.
You're West. You got West, y'all.
Okay, so
Southing it up.
since you guys went in that order, let's go in reverse order of that. And all right, do we need to stretch out? Are we ready?
I do. I need to. Can we do some
Some Warrior ones.
cat cows? Yeah. I need.
Are we
some
gonna do
Dawson's.
high knees? Should we do high knees in honor of Russell Wilson?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Up and down the aisle,
Up
baby.
and down the
Oh.
aisle. You know how pissed off I'd be if I was trying to sleep
You know what?
doing high knees next to me? If there's ever an RDR road trip, please do not do high knees next to me while I'm trying to sleep.
You got
Apparently,
it. Man.
you don't have the lion heart. Like
I
some
don't.
of
I also
us
don't
do.
have Wolverine blood and then sit out a game after saying you had Wolverine blood and that you heal fast.
I don't get it, dude. I know. I'm like at work. I'm I supervise people, and sometimes I walk in the room and like they're all talking and they just go completely silent when I walk in, and I'm like, Yep, nope, I suck. I get it. But I'm like, part of me wants to have the Russ energy where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna act like I'm supposed to be here the whole time. Like I'm gonna act like he thinks that he's doing things perfectly and like he's gaining respect by doing. And I'm like, fuck. Like these people just want to be left alone, man.
He is elite, unlimited.
Oh my god.
All
he's
right.
unlimited. Yeah, you know who else is unlimited? Okay, I'll just start. I'm starting with the AFC South.
Boom.
Is that what I'm hearing?
1 minute on the clock.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I want to buy Christian Kirk. Okay. I think the Jags are up and down. I know I've got like he's high, right? He's right now he's a wide receiver 10, but I still don't think is a sexy name, man. I don't think the name packs the punch, and I think that you could probably get him. You could probably acquire him for a reasonable price right now. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has done him too many favors, and so I'm saying get him at the cost now. I think that the schedule's coming up. Going to be tough, but it's still a great dynasty value. So get in on him. And I'm selling Travis Etienne, man. I don't know why. I think he's a little bit overrated. He's like the running back 5 in dynasty, and he's
5, 4.
He's not hitting me as sustaining elite value.
End time. Wow.
Yep.
Also, Christian, if you can see my hand, I'll give you like a 30-second warning if you want.
Okay. Gotcha. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
The Jags. So, Christian, your response.
Well, I'm not going to take too long. I completely agree. I think Christian Kirk is getting overlooked. He's the only receiver in Jacksonville who still, through 7 weeks, has 90% snap share every single week. He's still, unless I'm mistaken, let me double check real quick. Yep, leading the team in targets by quite a bit. Zay Jones is catching him a little bit. So, yeah, but I'm with you. And I think the longer they kind of develop that relationship between Kirk and Lawrence, the better it is. I don't know that I'm on the selling Etienne train with you necessarily. I don't think I would necessarily go out and pay the price that people are paying for him.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be selling him either because I do think that I'd see the potential of what people are so excited about. So I guess I'd be like in the middle of where you're at on Etienne.
Yeah, I think the hype's out of control after the
It is
James
crazy.
Robinson
The
trade.
hype is crazy.
Oh, yeah. So, I should sell Travis Etienne. Let me write that down.
I'm telling
End
you,
time.
he'll never deliver on his current value. I guarantee.
I said time.
Ah, shit. Okay.
And begin.
I guess it's still me. The Colts. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he's RB32 on the year. So please buy him, man. I think that he's probably the most affordable he's ever going to be. He's missed 2 games. His yards after contact are 1.7. And yeah, get rid of him. No, you have to still buy him. He's still, after missing 2 games, he's still 3rd in broken tackles on the year at 12, which isn't amazing. But Matt Ryan's out, and I think his usage is headed upward. And sell Paris Campbell, man. 11 targets, 12 targets, finishes a wide receiver 9. Then he finishes a wide receiver 5 these past 2 weeks. It's not going to happen. It's not sustainable.
10 seconds.
Alec Pierce is coming on, and that's where the money's at. So if somebody out there wants to be like, finally, Paris Campbell, give him to me, then give him to him.
Time. So this is where you disapprove of my trade.
What?
The trade I had with Christian?
Oh, because you sold Alec Pierce? Mm-hmm. No. I honestly just don't think a trade involving Cam Akers is worth my breath.
Okay. All right. Christian, your response.
I'm with you on Jonathan Taylor. He's coming back from injury. He just had 8 targets in the game too. But here's my thing. Sam Ehlinger is going to start. Matt Ryan obviously got benched this week. Sam Ehlinger, I'm not saying he's going to be good or that he's going to do well in the NFL at all, but he's more dynamic than Matt Ryan is right now. I think anybody kind of is. And I think he will be able to open that offense up. And I honestly kind of think that's why the Colts are changing. It's not necessarily boo Matt Ryan. It's okay, he can't move and we're not protecting him the way he can. At least Ehlinger is going to be able to move the ball. And if the offense becomes a little more dynamic, that'll obviously, in my opinion, open up more doors for Jonathan Taylor that have been closed up to this point. And just like you said, his value is never going to be lower than it is right now.
Straight
up with 4 seconds to spare. And time.
Okay.
All right. Up next.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah,
Just do
dude.
my whole division. Let's see. Texans.
Go.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Damian. Don't tell me I'm wrong, Pierce. Don't tell me I'm wrong. By Damian Pierce, the running back 10 in points per game. He leads the league in broken tackles with 16, and he's got top 10 red zone usage, and he's caught 17 out of 19 targets. So that's 89.5% catch rate. You got to buy him. My sell for the Texans is Damian Pierce. Okay. I'm not doing this for every team, all right? But I'm doing it now. If you're in win now, then keep him. Win now. But if not, get out of this guy. I'm telling you, next year's draft class is strong.
10 seconds.
The Texans have 2 firsts, 2 thirds, projected high second. We've seen it with Philip Lindsay, James Robinson. They don't know this guy crap. He was a 4th round pick. It's a little different, but I don't think it's sustainable.
Do you need another minute?
No.
Okay. I like what you did there. All right, Christian, your response.
Yeah, I mean, to echo that, I mean, Elijah Mitchell, obviously another name that falls into that late round rookie category that's going to get replaced by premium talent. And like you said, the teams that have done it and have replaced people, it's because they had a lot of draft picks. You think if the Jets didn't get Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson in the first round, that they're taking Breece Hall in the second? No fucking way. So look at the teams that have a lot of picks. Texans have a lot of picks. I'm right there with you. They could spend one on a premium running back, and Damian Pierce will get kind of shuffled into a more even Michael Carter-esque role. Obviously, they're not the same player. That was a bad example. The clock's in my head. By Davis Mills. I don't know. I like him.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to say about it. Him.
I love it.
He's cheap, I guess. Buy him because I like him and he's cheap.
Yeah. It was 50-50 on that, but...
Davis Mills. All right. For the last team, you say the name, I start the clock.
Is it
pressure.
even possible to get this all in 1 minute? Start Titans. Okay. Yeah, I'm tempted to say buy Treylon Burks, right? Yeah, but I'm going with Malik Willis. Okay, I know the Titans are 4-2. Ryan Tannehill's a little banged up. He's got 3 touchdowns and 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. He's only exceeded 200 passing yards in 2 of 6 games, but this team gets a free pass into the playoffs every year, so they got to keep their foot on the gas pedal a little bit. But I think that there's a chance that Malik Willis might get a little bit of play time if Ryan Tannehill can't figure out how to make the team a little more dynamic, I guess. Anyway, my sell here is Derrick Henry. He would do it every year. He's 28. Like, you just have to get out before the bottom falls
10
out
seconds.
of him. Only played 8 games last year. I don't know. That's my time. Sorry. I should
so
ask for another minute there, but
hey, you want a minute?
Nah, fuck it, man.
You got 3 of them.
It is what it is with Derrick Henry, man. He's old.
All right, 1 minute,
out.
go.
What do you think?
Oh, I was giving it to you, Daniel. All right,
Yeah.
Christian.
Oh my God! Oh shit! Jesus Christ! Yards per carry are down. He's at 4 yards per carry right now. His whole career, he's been 5+. But the division is lackluster, right? The schedule's pretty much giving it away. So, oh my God, this is so confusing. So he's red hot right now. I mean, he's killing it. He's crushing it, and he is the entire offense. I just think that gets worked out eventually, and he ages out of his production. And if he gets injured again, it's pretty much over. And he's only got 5 TDs in 6 games. So come on, This offense doesn't get him in scoring position, and that limits his upside. Thanks for the extra
8
minute.
seconds to spare. You only got 2 more now. And Christian, your response.
Yeah, I mean, it is not as fun to maybe beat the same drum over and over again. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. A 28-year-old running back coming in hurt. He's playing great. For the record, he looks way better than I would have thought he was going to. I'm staying away from the Burke situation personally. I think it's an interesting buy, but maybe just not one I'm willing to go after. Honestly, I'm not super sold on a lot of the Titans, except what you said, Malik Willis. I'm interested in that. Just kind of echoing Sam Ehlinger, but on a way better scale with Malik Willis, has the dynamics to open up the offense, can help out everybody on that team if they can get it going, if he can throw the ball accurately. So that would be the guy, but it's going to be hard now because his price just shot up with that Tannehill injury.
Nice. Yeah, it's tough. Tough to find a buy on this team.
Yeah. There were a few like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is not the hardest. Oh, whew.
Damn.
Damn.
You guys
All
are
right.
killing it.
Out. I'm out.
Shit, y'all don't even need a minute.
I'm trying to see. I got to get
JK
ready
Daniel.
for these rebuts. Fuck off, man. I'm writing articles over here.
Right on. Well, let's kick it over to Christian and fuck it. Let's talk AFC West.
All right, AFC West was coming in as the most exciting division and because kind of been meh. Let's start with the Denver Broncos. So my point on the Denver Broncos, where there is smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of rumors about Jerry Jeudy being traded. A lot of interest in the Broncos wide receivers there. So I'm going to kind of pivot from that, and I'm going to say buy KJ Hamler because he's also a name on the trade market. He's way cheaper. And either way, if one of them gets traded, it still benefits Hamler. If Jeudy is the one that gets traded, then KJ Hamler is now the number 2 in the offense next to Cortland Sutton. He's still a dynamic playmaker with 4.3 speed. So either way, that works for him. And then if he's the one that gets traded, say to somewhere like Green Bay on a cheaper deal, if they can't find somebody, now you look at him with a better quarterback and you're good to go. So I think as the cheaper option, get KJ Hamler.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, that's impressive. Okay.
In time.
Oh.
Daniel, your response.
Okay, my response is they're not trading Jerry Jeudy, man. You
I
kidding
don't
me?
think so.
You kidding me? No way. I mean, KJ Hamler's always been a tasty little nugget because you look at what this team has done with a third wide receiver in the past, and he lines up right where he needs to be. I'm a little scared, though. This year, he's rocking all of like 10 targets.
Yeah, that's fair.
11, my bad. And obviously, this offense isn't really doing anything. I don't think it's dynamic enough right now, and I don't see the potential for it to include him as a third wide receiver. I'm more interested in what they're doing with the tight ends in this offense than I am with
That's
the KJ Hamler. And I'm Team Jerry Jeudy all the way, man. You know I'm waiting for them to unlock that.
Oh, I'm with you.
By Greg Dulcich. Let's go.
Dolchich, for sure.
All right. On to team number 2. You say the team name. I start the clock, my friend.
All right, let's go Kansas City Chiefs. I'm saying sell Juju Smith-Schuster. He's had 2 good games back to back, and I think he could have a really, really good year. So if you're using him right now, kind of in a win now situation, maybe not the best time to sell him, but he is in a contract year of 2023. The Chiefs are projected $20 million next year in cap, so they could afford him, but they also have Orlando Brown to think about, who's going to demand somewhere in the high teens if they want to keep him around. I think it's a business move for Juju to go play with Patrick Mahomes and have a really, really astounding receiver resurgence for himself, and then kind of go out and shop the market and see if he's going to go anywhere. And then not only that, the Chiefs, all these rumors about them looking into trading for a receiver or clearing up space for Odell. I think this is going to be kind of peak Juju Smith-Schuster time. If you can get something big for him or something even medium-sized back, and then you don't have to worry about where he goes next season.
And time.
Time.
It's hard to argue with your point of view. I do think he is kind of turned into a bit of a cash cow for 2022, and I am
That's
just
fair.
a dreamer when it comes to these kinds of things. Obviously, wow, Mecole Hardman has had the greatest day of his life this past Sunday, but he's got to be. He's also in the contract year, right? So there's so
Yeah,
much
that's fair.
uncertainty, the future of this team that I don't know, finding a way to make it work with Juju. This team, as the rest of the league catches up with what they're doing, they're going to need some continuity in the wide receiver room. And if I were them, I would try to bank on getting some Juju action. Obviously, Orlando Brown's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. I wouldn't earmark that money for him. If I had to choose between the two, I would go with the left tackle, but I don't know.
Time.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I think I disagreed to agree with you.
Ooh,
Team number 3 in the AFC
Fancy.
West.
All right. Los Angeles Chargers. I think this is an obvious one. I think it's buy Josh Palmer if you can get your hands on him. I mean, his price is going up, obviously, but Mike Williams is out 2 to 4 weeks. Keenan Allen can't stay healthy. Chargers still throw the ball more than anybody else in the league right now. And I don't see that stopping just because Mike Williams is out. Josh Palmer was already second on the team in targets. We already know how Justin Herbert feels about him. So there could be this situation where he breaks through because he's forced to, and then he finally earns that more consistent role on the offense that we were all kind of looking for him to get. Either that or they're going to throw it to Austin Eckler 58,000 times and then you're screwed. But that was it. I just think the opportunity is presenting itself. I didn't have a ton here because I just think it's fairly obvious. You can't really sell Eckler, not how well he's playing right now. You can sell Justin Herbert if you're tanking like I did, but other than that, I would keep him. He's 24 years old. And then like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are too hurt. Their value isn't good enough to sell, but I wouldn't buy him either. So,
yeah,
well done. Time.
Whoa, time. Oh, I'll wait for him to say
Your
time.
response.
There's nothing to say. This is cut and dry. The potential for this offense goes through Josh Palmer, banged up wide receiver core. Everyone else is already at peak performance levels. The hope for future Herbert is high. And I think that people already, you're not getting I don't think you're going to get a good value on him right now. You can get a great return for him if you're selling him. But I don't think on the purchase side you're going to be really netting too much, of a deal because of the draft capital, man.
It's fair.
Yep, I'll just stop the clock there. I just thought it was funny. There's 18 seconds left, and you're just looking at me like, "Do I keep talking?" Or
I look at you when I'm done.
Oh,
okay.
So well, hey, we're saving time here. Nice job, fellas. So the last team in the AFC West. Let's go.
All right, so it's the Las Vegas Raiders. This was a tougher one for me. Obviously, Carr's lacking. Adams is still really good, but his price is up in the air. Waller, I don't really want right now. Renfro, same thing. Josh Jacobs is playing out of his mind, but you can't really buy him because his price is insane. So you should sell him when he's at the height of his powers. Josh Jacobs is averaging 22 points per game right now. That's 6 points per game higher than any other season he's ever had. Right now, I was doing the trade research online. Josh Jacobs is going for a first rounder plus in a lot of leagues. So if you have a strong enough roster because you traded for Josh Jacobs hoping that this might happen and this has helped you or something and he's just kind of an additional piece, you could sell him at this higher value because I don't think he'll have this value again. He's playing just absolutely out of his mind. I don't know. And he still doesn't have the 5th-year option thing is still up in the air. If he comes back to the Raiders, maybe I'll be wrong, but I don't know. This just seems like a time to sell.
Yep. I remember when Daniel convinced me to trade Josh Jacobs in the offseason.
That's fair.
Is that what I did?
You didn't convince me. I wanted you to. I wanted you to.
I walked away.
I wanted to.
Being like, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but I'm not going to fuck with him.
Okay. And go.
You stand on your front porch telling me your big hopes for Rondell Moore, and I'm like, walking away, just hoping that
you do remember.
Yeah, I know. I have a very good memory.
I remember I was just like, he said yes to Rondell Moore, and you're just like, okay.
All right.
I just at some point, like, what are you supposed to do? You don't get in the way of somebody's Benjamin dreams. You know what I mean?
True.
You just have to embrace it, which is what I'm gonna do with Josh Jacobs, man. I think you're right. You can't buy him right now. And I think that it's kind of a choose your own adventure for him. Let's picture this. Josh Jacobs, Miami Dolphins, 2023. That just blows the world up in my mind. Yeah. So, if you can get him, get him. If you can sell him, if you don't need him, like you're saying, it's surplus. That's free money.
And this is one of the harder ones for me. This is one that I don't want to sell Josh Jacobs if I have him, but for the purposes of this exercise, I have to pick somebody, and that's the one makes the most sense, I guess, to me.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the value on that team right there.
All right. NFC West.
NFC West.
Say the name, I start the clock.
Cardinals. Okay, dokie. Oh my God.
Buy Rondale Moore?
Yeah. I'm buying enobenjamin, guys. Okay. He's like a dollar store Damian Pierce, if you ask me. He actually has, this is a weird thing, follow me, the 4th fewest rush attempts per broken tackle, which means he's breaking tackles at a high rate, 4th highest in the NFL. He's got 4.6 yards per carry, and believe it or not, he is 12th in running back targets at 25. I think that he's going to have a role. They always have done a 2-back situation. James Conner's the goal line, your Kenyon Drake style, and then he's the Chase Edmonds, and this is the way they love to do the offense. And sell DeAndre Hopkins after that big game is my thing.
Beautiful. Christian, the response.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. Even if you look, even when James Conner was playing, was still getting 4 targets a game. It's not like he's going anywhere, even if James Conner's back. So I'm with you there. We shouldn't have been sleeping on it. And then, Hopkins is an older receiver, and if you're hanging on to him, he did have 14 targets. So it's a little hard to want to sell him, but that's what everybody's trying to do. Every single league I'm in, somebody put Hopkins on the trade block, it seemed like. So I don't know. I wouldn't buy him if I were anybody. So I guess, I would sell. I don't like the Cardinals.
Yeah. Although I think you should probably just buy anybody on that offense right now, except for James Conner.
Yep. You hear that, Daniel or Danny? No one wants him. Quit offering me. Quit asking for a second.
Thank God in the startup I picked him up, and I also took Josh Jacobs 2 rounds later. Hey.
Damn. All right. Next team.
Okay, 49ers. Niners. Here I am, broken record. That's me. Brandon Ayuk, please buy him. Back-to-back 11 target games. My friends, he has as many catches as Deebo Samuels, if you've heard of that guy. Except he has more yards, more touchdowns, and less fumbles. So let's get it done. Let's call a decoy a decoy. Deebo is my sell because he is the greatest. He's so good. So people want to buy him, sell him to him. Let it be. His dual threat role is diminished with Garoppolo under center. He has had 8 carries in the last 4 games combined. That's as many carries as he had in the first week where he got a touchdown. So he's not running the ball. Christian McCaffrey's in town. You look at Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, and you're not going to be running the ball, Deebo.
Do you need another minute?
No.
All right, Christian, your response.
Yeah, the Deebo fall has been crazy. They just aren't using him, and Ayuk is that guy. If you can buy Ayuk, freaking go for it. But I'm right there with you with Deebo. He's the huge name that people will still go after. So if you can get a lot of value for him, go for it. Because it's not like Christian McCaffrey was a 1-year rental here. He's under contract until 2025. So it's not like all of a sudden they're going to be like, okay, well, Deebo's back. So they're just going to start running Deebo unless McCaffrey gets hurt. And then, like you're saying, Elijah Mitchell's coming back. Obviously, his value's diminished, but he was a good enough runner that they wanted to start him at the beginning of this season. So it would baffle me if all of a sudden Deebo started taking over those rushing totals, and his receiving totals have never been that crazy. So without the dual threat, he's way less of a value.
Straight up.
Well said, boys. Well, I'm out on that Dix trade. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if you'd ever listen to me ever, I've
I
just
did.
never been a Debo guy.
Hashtag enobenjamin.
You're gonna be wearing ties more often if you're doing an apology tour.
Ooh, next team.
Team Ramrod. We're going with the Rams. So let
Cool.
me see. I've been saying it. If there's ever a team that needed an early season bye week, it is the Rams. Congratulations, guys. You nailed that part. Please buy Van Jefferson. He's a solid deep threat for this team that is struggling. They have not really gotten off the ground. I know Allen Robinson had a great game, but that was not really making up for the disappointment that him and Matthew Stafford have really been. If you look at the numbers last year, Van Jefferson had a pretty pivotal role and as a big playmaker. And I think that he is in line to take off with that role as soon as he gets back from his injury, which should be this week or the next week. And I really do think he's got wide receiver 2 level output.
AJ just put Allen Robinson on the block while you were talking.
Oh,
I
That's
forgot.
what we were
I forgot he
laughing
had that great game. I was like, I really need to get something out of him and Gus Edwards. So
Nice.
This time is now. Maybe people are
That's
optimistic on the bye week. Anyway, Christian, your response.
Yeah. Van Jefferson is definitely going to help out this offense. I mean, obviously Cooper Kupp is the man, but Allen Robinson doesn't add a lot of deep value anymore. As far as like for that offense. So I'm into buying Van Jefferson. He's probably very, very cheap. Especially coming off an injury like that. Sorry about that. I just a sneaky little very, very low cost buy. I don't know. Kyron Williams. Cam Akers might get traded if you can get him for like a late pick right now just to see. That's an interesting one. But I think you hit it. Van Jefferson's the biggest one there. Because you can't fucking buy Cooper Kupp unless you want to sell your whole roster. I don't want Allen Robinson. And like I just traded for Cam Akers, but that was more of a Hail Mary hope than anything. It's not something I would advise everyone to do.
it's a high risk, high reward, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I just need that in that league.
Yep.
I like that Kyron Williams. I did stash him in a league on my IR spot.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, especially if an IR spot. Why the heck not, man?
You'll
I had
know
a
first week.
I have a weird issue with pending trades. I don't like them just sitting there. And so I finally I've had a trade in for like 5 weeks for Kyron Williams and for the belt, and I just haven't got a response. So I finally deleted it.
Oh, you talking about Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
I'm still thinking about the Justin Fields trade, okay? I'm sorry.
No, god damn it.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
Wow. Breaking news. Justin Fields on the block.
He's not on the block.
All right.
Alrighty.
Last team.
Seahawks. Well, here's the thing with the Seahawks. I don't think that you can get the guy you need to be buying here, the outside zone king of the West. No one's answering calls for him at the moment. So you're going to have to buy DK Metcalf, man. He's down there on the year at wide receiver 29. And he isn't putting up his usual TD numbers. He's currently on pace for a season total of 5 touchdowns, right? That sucks. So he's got double digit pretty much the past couple of years. So he's underperforming. I think that.
10 seconds.
Oh God, it goes fast. I think that he's got a bright future and he's a boss. So pick him up on the dip.
Time!
Man, should I use my extra minutes? I got so much more here to say.
And
Probably.
extra minute starts right now.
Oh, sell Geno Smith. He's a quarterback 7. That's a great value right now, but I don't think that he's the guy going forward. We know that they've picked up extra picks from the Broncos and that Russell Wilson trade. And this is Dynasty, my dude. So So get in there and get after it. He had a couple of pop games, but I don't think this 12 points per game shit's going to win you your championship. So get out of him while you can. The Doak Walker's in town. The game is on the ground, and Eno's value can no longer be found. So yeah,
Whoa.
that's right. That's
Nice.
right. I don't know. I only need 30 seconds.
Oh, I wanted to award you 30 seconds for that rhyme, my friend.
So I have more here, but I'm not going to say it.
And 10 seconds.
Just let him roll.
8 seconds.
Just need 30.
5 seconds.
Just needed 30 of it.
You don't get half a hold a minute, man. It's
I know,
30
fine.
in time.
Fuck.
Christian, your response.
Yeah, I mean, the guy you want is Ken Walker, and you can't afford him unless you've got
Justin
more
Jefferson.
than you need. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think the Metcalf one makes a lot of sense. He's still really young. They're probably going to bring a quarterback in there, even though Geno is hot right now. So yeah, I'm with that. His value's kind of gone down, especially with the injury. I'm into selling Lockett just because he's killing it right now. He's doing really well, and you can just kind of sell him for a little bit. He is still up there in age, so he's going to drop off sooner or later. But yeah, and then selling Geno makes sense. He's never going to be the QB7 again, unless this is just some crazy awakening. He was a second-round pick. Who knows? But I doubt it. So yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know, Christian. Last time you were telling me about second-round picks, you were talking about how Jalen Hurts is not the answer.
Yeah, that's true.
So are you
Just say that.
Are
I'm
you
just sorry.
are you tinkering? Are you flip flopping?
No,
You're buying Geno Smith.
I'm selling Geno Smith. He is not a quarterback 7.
NFC South. Christian, let's go.
All right. I think this is kind of an obvious one for the Falcons. It's by Kyle Pitts. People are being really impatient. Kyle Pitts is 22 years old, and he's been one of the biggest flops of the year this season. But it's a position that's been famously slow to start in the NFL and can be super advantageous of you if you have that guy. Right now, there's the 3 tight ends up top, and everybody else is averaging like 9 points per game less. If you can have that advantage every week, obviously Kyle Pitts isn't doing that right now, but he's still 22 years old, freak athlete, and the Falcons are currently projected to have the number 11 overall pick in the draft, and they need a quarterback. So patience is a virtue. Buy Kyle Pitts at the dip. See if you can get him. He's still expensive, but you can still get him for a little bit cheaper, and I do think his value only goes up once they bring in a quarterback.
Dime.
Yeah, it's too bad that they have to play Carolina twice. Washington's in there, and Tampa Bay, I guess, is just going to be tanking by week 18, right? So otherwise, it'd be really promising top 10, top 5 pick for the Falcons, but they're going to mess around and win 6 to 7 games. How? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You're right, Kyle Pitts. Give him a year, give him 2 years, give him 3 years. This guy's going to be somebody in the NFL. He's not fading into nothing. I mean, look, it took Mike Gesicki 5 years to have a 20-point game, Let's just give the guy a break. I really think the buy, it might be Drake London, though.
Yeah.
The ground is very quiet on the Drake London front. And I think everything we've said about Kyle Pitts applies to him as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I feel that people are less frustrated with Drake London because he's a rookie and they're not willing to let him go for a cheaper value right now. I think after 2 years of Kyle Pitts being like, Kyle Pitts was great last year, but he wasn't like the touchdowns kind of kept him out of being
the same problems. It's the same problems.
So I think they're just a little more impatient, but I'm with you. If somebody will sell you Drake London, buy Drake London. Absolutely.
All right, on to NFC South team number 2.
I'll go another buy here. New Orleans Saints. Buy Alvin Kamara. His value is pretty low right now. I think I'm seeing him go online for a second right now.
What?
I mean,
The fuck?
He's still on pace for 80 targets. He just hasn't scored touchdowns right now.
Do that all the
And
time.
I think if you're in a win now mode, or you just think you need one running back piece, I think for the right price, Alvin Kamara could help you get to a championship. I mean, I know he's not the player he used to be, and the offense is a little wonky. To be fair, it moves better with Andy Dalton, and clearly the Saints decided that as well because he's named the starter. So I don't know. I just think this one was a hard team for me as well. I'd love to say buy Chris Olave. I think that's an obvious one, but he's expensive, and then there's not really anything else. What are you going to do? Buy Michael Thomas? I already did that, and I'm regretting it. So I don't know. I just think the only answer here to me is Kamara, and I'm not super in love with the idea, but like I think at his value right now, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Time. Perfect. You can't even see the timer, folks. Christian. Nice. Daniel, your response.
His new Darth.
Michael Bluth.
That's hilarious. Impressive joke. So Alvin Kamara touchdown 0.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
There's like this guy, 23-point game, 18-point game, 17-point game, no touchdowns, which means that he's a couple of TDs away from being right back in that top 5 running back range. All the groundwork is there. He's missed a couple of games. Obviously, James Winston wasn't really helping this team out, but they'll get it worked out. Feel like they're heading in the right direction. This offense has been a little more powerful than I anticipated. The defense has been a little worse, so that means the offense usually has to step up. I think that's clearly favorable. If you can get Chris Olave, though, what's he worth? 2 first at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Asking for a friend.
More than that, maybe. I don't know. That's tough. Depends on the first, I guess.
All right. Team number 3.
All right. Tampa Bay. They don't look incredible, but they're still producing some fantasy assets right here. But I'm going to say sell one of them. Sell Leonard Fournette. He's averaging 17 points per game. He's 28 years old, and Tom Brady isn't coming back. You wouldn't think. I mean, if this season keeps going at its trajectory, I don't know why you'd want to, other than, just fucking up his whole life to do it. But if you look at Leonard Fournette's season right now, he's averaging 3.5 yards per carry. That's not incredible. Like it's fine-ish. But his running has been going down. But he's on pace for 95 targets, and that's what's carrying him to being a top 10 running back right now. But that shit ends when Tom Brady's gone. Like, Tom Brady is the guy that throws to the running backs a billion times all the time. And I don't think Leonard Fournette sees that in other offenses necessarily, especially not at 29 years old next year. So sell him when he's a top 10 RB.
Time. Again. Congratulations.
Yeah, the struggle is real for this team. And, Leonard Fournette isn't really thriving in the games where they're struggling. He really needs the game to be competitive because when Tom Brady gets in his whatever kind of panic mode where he might not, like every time he drops back and thinks, I should have quit after last year, that's when Leonard Fournette's value goes down. It's when this team's rolling that Fournette has the momentum, and I don't really know if I can see too many more rolling games looking down the stretch for this team. So anyway, that's what I have for that. I do have a small anecdote here. It's a lot of people have been talking for many years. Was it Tom? Was it Bill Belichick? I think it was obviously Gronk the whole time.
Oh.
So let's give some credit where credit is due.
Time. Ooh, I like what you did
Gronk.
there.
Gronk getting overlooked all of a sudden in the greatest tight end conversation, and it's interesting to me.
That is weird.
Like, he's sick as fuck. Anyway, let's talk about somebody else that's sick as fuck.
Bye, Baker.
Carolina Panthers. Fuck it. Buy DJ Moore. He's 25 years old. He's had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons with over 115 targets, and he's done that with Sam Darnold, Bad Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, and Kyle Allen. Like, this guy is going to produce when they get a quarterback in there. Oh, and guess what they're projected with? The number 3 overall pick right now. And they're actively tanking, unlike the Falcons. They just sold Chris McCaffrey. There's talks of them selling DJ Moore still, even though they kind of put the fire out on that. But whatever, they're selling the farm. They're going for either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, you would think. And if that guy shows up and he is who we think he can be in the NFL, DJ Moore is all of a sudden a 25-year-old 1,000-yard receiver who you just bought on the cheap. So,
Woo! You ain't getting him from me. Time.
So yeah. Obviously, tanking equals beating the Bucks 21-3. I like that.
Well, I guess that's fair.
You gotta send a message. You gotta send a message.
Hey, that's when they say you guys tanked. You'll be like, yeah, but what about that time we beat the Bucks?
Yeah,
that's true.
They needed one win like that to prove it.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's whatever. My number lock is off here, so it's not working out for me. Yeah, DJ Moore. I just am kind of over it with the DJ Moore thing, man. It's gosh, it just breaks my heart. It's like the whole 2018 draft class for the wide receivers has kind of been like, come on, man. You know, that's your Calvin Ridley, your Cortland Sutton's finally doing something. It's like, come on. Christian Kirk's like the representative for that draft class. So
yeah, I wouldn't bet on that class. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Seems like quite a gamble. You know what I mean? Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is. Or probably don't.
NFC North.
Oh, goodness.
Am I on? Is it me?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Oh, fuck. All right, let me. We should have pre-selected. This draft thing really fucked me up. Okay, I didn't see the North coming my way, but here we are. Here we are to stay. I didn't say a team name.
Okay, we'll stop it. All right. You're stalling.
Dude.
Cheater!
Cheater!
I'm stalling. All right, the Bears.
The Bears.
I don't think you can get Khalil Herbert anymore. Just saying. So I'm going to go with Justin Fields. By Justin Fields, back-to-back ground game of 80 plus, and it looks like the signals are being seen and heard from multiple directions. By which I mean they're starting to call plays that actually fit his style of play, and it's starting to look good. I know we all watched that game on Monday night. Maybe not, but he looked really good, man. He had some great looks. He was dropping some dimes, and they really kind of stuck it to New England, and he looked like a professional quarterback. He looked like he had some swag. So buy him, but sell Demont. So the 2 games after his injury, Khalil Herbert wasn't getting anything. Now it's a full 50-50 split. Christian told you. Eberflus is going with the hot hand. Demont's not back next year. Get money while you can.
Christian, your response.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% with you. Your response about Fields makes me sad about our previous conversations because I think I know which way you're leaning. But yeah, I'm with you. I think that was why that trade came your way, was I was watching that game and I finally kind of I'm seeing him put it together. I think he's looking better, which is scary for me as a Packers fan, especially with this state of our team. But yeah, I think Fields, you want that dynamic threat quarterback right now, and he's fairly cheap when you look at value charts and all these fancy things that we all try to do to make ourselves seem smart. And then, yeah, I'm with you too. Sell Montgomery if you can get something for him. Unfortunately, I think the writing's kind of on the wall here. So it's going to be a little harder for you to sell Demont for anything that would be worth it. It almost is one of those, like, you just got to keep him type things.
Yeah, keep him. I hope he goes to the right team next year. Then trade him on the hype.
Yeah.
I mean, he just scored 2 touchdowns, right?
I guess that's
next
fair.
time he scores 2 touchdowns. Yeah, never mind.
You got it.
Anyway, I do think Justin Fields wise.
Okay, you need your last. Hold up a minute here.
No, this is just a 30-second one that I gave you last time.
Oh my god,
he's splitting it in half.
The way he takes hits it just blows my mind. I feel like he's going to be a stone cold killer in the league, man. He's just having a rough go of it, and he's not having fun. Like, he's going to work every game. He's going to work, and he's going to learn and grow.
10 seconds.
And he's going to become a badass. I'm really excited about him.
5 seconds.
So, I'm not going to accept your trade. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Damn it.
Time.
All right. Speaking of the Packers, right? Buy the Packers. No. Buy Romeo Doubs, dude. Laying the goose egg for everybody to see. Yeah. Let that be a lesson to you all rookie-loving motherfuckers. The lesson is buy now. Buy now, you know? If you put a rookie in your starting lineup and he gave you a goose egg, don't get pissed. He's a rookie. Man, but if someone else did that and they got pissed, get that ass on your roster, my friends. Romeo Doubs is awesome. He's averaging 6 targets per game. He's leading the team in targets as a rookie in Green Bay. That's pretty sweet. That's not exactly what you would expect. So for it to happen, it's pretty cool. I think this team's going to come around eventually, and he'll be mopping up all the fantasy football points, which is what Aaron Jones is doing right now. So you need to sell him. He'll be 28. There's an out after this year on his contract. His yards per carry are 5.5 versus Dylan's 3.9. He's getting a little bit more work.
All right.
Sorry.
Christian.
Yeah, the other thing about Dobbs is since week 3, he's been on the field for 85% of the snaps or higher, and the only other receiver to do that is Alan Lazard. So you know that's kind of what they feel about Dobbs. He's on the field as much as right now Rodgers' most trusted wide receiver. So they like him. I mean, he did not have a good showing this week. I think he had 3 drops himself. But like you're saying, buy him on the dip. They like him as a number 1. Maybe that might be a stretch necessarily, but they like him enough to have him on the field all the time. And he's young. We don't know what the situation is after Rodgers or what's going on. And then, I'm with you about Aaron Jones. It's sad, but he could still definitely be gone at the end of the year. And he is crushing it. Just had a 30-point game. So if you're going to sell him, go ahead and do it. I won't ever, just because loyalty. But you should.
Time.
Okay. I guess I'll just start picking the person I want to talk about most. That way, if I run out of time, I'll just be going. I guess the Vikings.
Ooh, be easy.
Sell Dalvin Cook. This is pretty easy for me. Easy out after this year. He's getting up there in age. As things just not going that route. Let's go at like 3 touchdowns. And I don't know, man. I just think that he's going to have a little bit of a hit or miss kind of the rest of the year. He's got some injury struggles. He's kind of older. This team is really going through the air. And so
They're past first team.
Yes. Anyway, I don't know exactly what the fuck I'm reading here, but he's currently the RB15. And I don't think he's being utilized as much as you might have hoped. This is his last round being like, first round value. I feel like he still has first round name value, and that time is coming to an end. So get out of him while you still can.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was, yeah.
Well,
I try to take it easy on you guys. So
it's a pretty lame. It's a pretty lame team. So there's not much going on there.
Well, there's not a lot of people I'm willing to buy that are affordable.
Yep. And Christian, your response.
Buy Justin Jefferson. No, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's Aaron Jones, the 2.0. It's the same concept. Like he's 28 years old. He's on an offense that's kind of moving sort of away from him. Maybe not in Jones' case there, but they're moving away from him. He's got an out on his contract. Somebody's going to buy him. This is a really, really deep running back class. I think that could adversely affect some of these guys, though, and they end up sticking on the teams that they were on cheaper deals. I think that's a little theory we can go into later, just because the free agent running back class is so deep. But I'm with you. Sell Dalvin Cook. I don't think he'll be a first-round talent anymore either. Great career, great player, and still going to be effective for you. But if you can get top value out of him right now, I would go ahead and try and do that. Irv Smith, I don't know. I'm still kind of in on Irv if you want to try to buy him. throw that one out there for a second.
That one's tough.
I wanted to put him there, but
it's tough. As a guy that's been had him on his roster since drafting him in the 3rd round of a rookie draft, it's hard.
That performance this year is just not encouraging.
It's because he dropped that pass. If he doesn't drop that pass, it's a different story.
I did have Kirk Cousins as my buy, so I just didn't get into it.
I like how I'm like, oh, we're talking Vikings, not as like, adamant about moving on. But anyway.
I got a lot to say about him if you want. No, I'm just joking. This is your extra minute. Let it ride.
Yeah. Let it ride.
Oh, let it lie. Lions. We're going with the Lions. I'm buying Jameson Williams. Yes, my friends, I know what you're thinking. Yes, he has not played. Here's the deal. Get him before someone else sees him play. If he comes out and has a rookie first outing, buy him then. Just get him before he takes off, man, because this guy's got extra levels of badass. I know that immediately after the draft, I was trying to buy him for 2023 first because it took Sky Moore instead of him. You got to cut that part out.
I'm not.
Cut it out. And then sell TJ Hawkinson. I'm sick of this. My hands are burnt from pulling TJ Hawkinson out of the drowning water too many times. He had one great game, and now he's just limping onto the field and breaking my heart and breaking my roster. I'm pissed off that David Njoku is going to miss time because that means I have to start TJ Hawkinson. That's where I'm at with him.
I feel you, dog. And Christian, your response.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I sold Jameson Williams, and I still kind of regret that sometimes back and forth. But I did get Dobbs out of the deal, so I'd rather have a Packer than a Lion, I guess. But I'm with you. Jameson Williams' talent is there. If it works, it's going to work like gangbusters. I think there's still the off chance that it doesn't, but that's every single rookie. So your odds of that happening are pretty much the same. So go after him, go get him. I love the idea of trying to get Swift if somebody's like kind of sick of him being a little injury prone. I think Swift still has the chance to be an RB1 this season. Obviously, I don't think he'll be the RB1 like I predicted at the beginning of the year. He's missed too much time for that. But I think he will continue to have a really good season, just like he was having before he got hurt. And then, yeah, I mean, I like getting little pieces of the Lions where you can, but there's tough for once the Lions have expensive players. So,
yes, sir. And on to the AFC North. Christian, take it away.
All right. I couldn't really narrow this one down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm gonna go by the Steelers offense. George Pickens isn't playing well. Kenny Pickett's not playing well. Najee Harris is down. But I like all these guys. I specifically wrote more about Najee Harris just because he was the bigger name, I guess. Out of the three, he was the probable number one overall the year he came out, if not Etienne, whichever one you wanted to go with. But he's, it could end up biting you. He is almost 25 and he looks worse. But I think if this offense does open up, he will continue to be a stud. And his value is extremely low right now. People are very angry about the season that Najee's been having. And then there were people pounding the drum before the season that it was going to happen. So now it makes it seem even worse that it is happening. So people are ready to get out. And I think you should take advantage of it.
I agree. Daniel.
I had the same fears as the rest of the world about Najee, but I wrote it out knowing that if it went that way, I wouldn't be disappointed. I would understand that this guy's a phenomenal player and that it might take a little while for a juggling quarterback room to level out to fantasy production for the running back. He's obviously suffering from the situation there, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, we remember at this period last season, he was like the running back 5, right? As far as value-wise, kind of like Travis Etienne. So you never know what's going to happen in someone's future. But I think Pickens, man. Can you still get Pickens right now?
Not for
If
me.
you can, yeah. Well, that was the thing, is buy all of them.
Buy them all. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I guess Claypool's going to get traded. Everyone's getting traded, baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trade season.
Week 8. Trade him straight up.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns and somebody I talked about not that long ago. Sell Amari Cooper. He's the wide receiver 12 right now. His average puts him at 22, though. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's coming back, and people are excited about that return. But I do think it could be a rough start. So this is my caveat to Cooper. If you can afford to trade him, sell him right now as he is a top 12 wide receiver. Like if he was just another piece on your roster that you're not using. But if you're going on a run, I think he could be beneficial up to that run. But I honestly think when Watson gets back, it's going to scare me out of it just for one game or two. But that's right when the playoffs are about to start heating up. So that part's interesting to me. So for me, it's sell him. He's overproducing what I thought he was going to. So that's just a personal opinion, I guess. I would also just a quick buy Kareem Hunt if you're feeling froggy and you want to see if he gets traded. But
Time.
False.
And I did buy Kareem Hunt. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah, Amari
Gotcha.
Cooper's knocking the doors off of that car, man. He's doing way better than anyone anticipated, and maybe when Watson gets there, it'll be better. You know, we'll see what these guys can rub out together.
Oh gosh.
I'm saying, why aren't you selling Kareem Hunt on this trade noise? Look, James Robinson just got traded for a sixth that could become a fifth. Now, I understand that they're out assets after this whole Watson deal, but in my world, what is the value of Kareem Hunt? A fifth-round pick that could maybe become a fourth? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah,
In Cleveland, if I'm, and let's just take the Cleveland out of this because their situation is different. Maybe they do want a fourth-round pick that bad, but in my world, these trades are kind of ludicrous, man. Like you're not getting a return for what you're giving up. I don't know why the Jags wouldn't just hold on to James Robinson in that situation.
Time.
Same goes for Cleveland.
Well, contract's over at the end of this year. If you're not going to the playoffs, man, you might as well get the fourth round. It's better than nothing.
Wild card race is wide open in the AFC.
Indeed. On to the last team. No, we got two more.
no, two more. Yeah. All right. So Cincinnati Bengals. I sell T. Higgins. This shit is crazy to me every single time. His value is so insanely high. I get it. He's 24 years old and he's been productive and he's on a good offense. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sick of hearing that he's just as good as Chase. I'm sick of hearing that he's a number one just for him to finish 28th, 24th, 23rd in fantasy. And now he's 23rd right now. So kind of what you were saying earlier, and now I forgot who it was. Who were you saying people think is worth the first, but he's not? Whatever. Let people pay for T. Higgins. If he's this good and he's going to be this number one receiver that everybody's freaking out about, let somebody come get him from you. Just Debo. That was it. Just let somebody come get him from you, and then when he finishes in the 20s again, you'll be standing there with your bounty for this first wide receiver that you gave up, who's a wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Whew.
Response.
This one's tough for me. Before the season, I was right there with you. It's all fallen in perfect line for you to sell him. But as I look at this team and how it's evolving, and it's very well-rounded all of a sudden, and I'm getting shades of like Mike Evans when Chris Godwin showed up. It's like a poor man's version of that going on. Okay. So I see like a sustained value with the kind of the niche role that he has that is wide open because Jamar Chase is superior in all ways, including distracting the defense to give the easy money to T. Higgins.
That's fair.
So it's a kind of a coin flip. I think at his current value, you could win by selling him. I would not buy him at all. But I think I'm probably 75% hold, 25% sell on him.
Gotcha.
In
Makes sense.
time. On to the Baltimore Ravens.
So this one for the Baltimore Ravens, I don't have a lot of data for this one to necessarily back up, but just sell J.K. Dobbins. I just think he's a bust. I think he's going to be a bust. And I think that could come back to bite me because he's a young player who came out super exciting. But I don't know. I thought about trading for him in the same trade that I got Kyle Pitts this year, and I'm so glad I didn't do that. And it's just after this injury, it's just another injury, and then just a weird backfield to be in as well with Lamar running so much, just so many things, but he's still young enough and has name value enough for you to still get a decent enough return and kind of, in my opinion, wash your hands clean of J.K. Dobbins and a real quick buy just for an unproductive wide receiver, Rashad Bateman. Try and go get him. I still believe in Bateman.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Daniel, I'll slip you a 20. How many people from For the Belt watch this? I'll slip you a 20 to put by Gus Edwards.
Oh, okay.
Tell him it's first round value. All right. And go.
I wasn't going to do the buy sells for this division, but obviously Gus Edwards is the guy here. I mean, like, what are you going to do? We all got excited. We all fabbed out for Kenyon Drake, and then he did pretty much nothing in that second week when he was supposed to be the guy. So you know that it's Gus Edwards all the way. Justice Hill has the same problems that J.K. Dobbins has had year in and year out. So you would be foolish to not give at least a first, if not a first and third, to get Gus Edwards on your roster. We know how the running game on this team has been, and it's always going to be that way. But on the real, J.K. Dobbins in his fullest season of 15 games as a rookie only had 24 targets. He's supposed to have a well-rounded skill set the way he did at Ohio State, and he's not backing it up. He had the injuries, and I want nothing to do with him. What do you get for? I'd sell him for a second right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just get what you can out of him.
And Bateman's a saint.
Dude, if you can get Bateman, get that on your team. Hey, there's a reason Lamar's not doing so hot in fantasy.
That's right. Look at his games lining up with Bateman. Different story. But buy Gus Edwards. Do yourself a favor.
Yes, on the block in the For the Bell League. Just FYI.
It's good that my completely made up stuff sounds just like the research stuff.
It's not made up. You take that back. You hold your tongue, sir. All right, on to the NFC East. We're down to our last two divisions. Daniel, say the name. I start the timer.
Okay, Giants. Buy Saquon Barkley. Is that a thing? I call him the RB3. I've been calling him the RB3 since August. I'm a firm believer he's actually RB2 right now. He's top 10 in wide receiver targets and catches, and he's leading the league in carries, but he only has 4 touchdowns, which means that it's going to go up from here. Get him if you can. That's not a real thing. No one's selling him. Buy Wan'Dale Robinson. 2 for 2 double-digit fantasy points for his rookie year, not counting a lone target in his season opener before the injury. Sell Daniel Jones. Right now he's at the quarterback 10. And, don't adjust your TVs. Quarterback 10, that's true. Christian's been telling you for a while this is a lackluster quarterback year. His points right now, 17 per game through week 7. That average would have put him in the quarterback 23 last year.
Woo!
That's fair.
And Christian,
I was intrigued by Daniel Jones and was trying to buy him, but the price on him was, in my opinion, too high. So if that's what other people are asking, I'm with you. But if you can get that price, I would sell him. As far as Barkley, yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to go get Barkley right now, but he's absolutely crushing it. He looks phenomenal. And as a guy who's been skeptical of the Barkley experience, it's, credit where credit is due. Somebody offered me and Danny Saquon Barkley for Jonathan Taylor straight up. But so that's the kind of price tag that you're going to have to pay to do that. And with Wan'Dale, I'm interested. I still don't love the size and stuff. And then all the rumors of the Giants possibly being in on a wide receiver scare me a little bit. But I'm with you. 2 double-digit fantasy points back to back. Can't really argue with that production.
Cool. Thanks for that, man. You got me. We're doing trade dreams at the end of this. I got one now.
Perfect. Yeah, buy Kadarius Toney before he goes to the Chiefs next year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, I got plenty of shit to say about that.
All right, next team.
Man, I got a sweet deal. Alrighty, we're gonna go with the Cowboys. Yeah, by CeeDee Lamb, no one else in the league has 6 games of 8 targets or more. 4 of those games are actually double digits. If Dak continues to struggle, the price will continue to drop. He is the wide receiver 13 right now, but people don't really view him like that. They're still viewing him as a disappointment because he has been pretty expensive over the years. So someone might try to cash in on him before it gets any lower. Joke's on them. It's going to get higher. He's going to be doing great. Don't worry about him at all. But do sell your Zeke. Big boy is the running back 19 right now. And it's got good momentum, back-to-back games with scores similar to kind of what we were saying earlier. I think Leonard Fournette's running that back-to-back score games. Nope. Damn it. I forgot who I was looking at earlier. But he's running a little momentum. But the thing is, he's not getting any targets. He has 8 targets on the year right now. And that's
Time.
horrible.
Nice. Christian, the response.
Yeah, the Zeke experience. If you can sell him, I mean, that's going to be tough. I bought in at the exact right moment. I did that with a few guys this year. It's interesting how this podcast is affecting how I do stuff. I kind of want to start taking notes on it. But
Guru.
if you can sell Zeke, yeah, go
He's
for it.
blaming me.
No. That's no. Anyway, and then yeah, I'm 100% with you. CeeDee Lamb is a stud. He proved it. And if somebody's out on him or like patient, again, it's Dynasty. We're a Dynasty podcast. Patience is a virtue in Dynasty. And if people aren't willing to be patient on these guys, go get them. Go snatch him up for when he should be worth at least a couple first. Go get him for 1. You know what I mean? If you can.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, Daniel. Curtis Samuel.
You got it.
Curtis Samuel, Devin Duvernay.
It's true.
You
Curtis
know,
Samuel was
man.
another one, yeah. Man, I was definitely talking about someone who had back-to-back scoring games, and I'm like, man, that was like a sell high. I can't remember. I was trying to tie
Austin
it together.
Eckler.
It didn't work out. Okay, I'll do the Commanders. Did someone say Curtis Samuel? Just joking. Buy Terry McLaurin, man. He's pure gold. Right now he's the wide receiver 25. He's got 3 games of 8 targets or more. You guys know I track that stuff. The deal is Taylor Heineke knows how to make Terry McLaurin a productive wide receiver. That's something Carson Wentz couldn't figure out. And if they continue to do poorly, then they could be in for a big-time quarterback upgrade next year. I know we've been saying this about Terry for a while, but he's always been worth a roster spot and probably a trade. So get him while he's low. He's got a lot of potential. But I'm selling Brian Robinson, guys. Call me crazy. I think that you could probably cash in a little bit of value right now. He's got 3.4 yards per carry on the season. Gibson looked pretty good the other night. 6.2 yards per carry in the last 2 games and maintaining his targets. So
I gave you an extra 2 seconds.
maintaining his targets.
Christian, the response.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I would actually buy Antonio Gibson right now. He's actually still producing pretty well, and there's chance that he could be shipped out somewhere. And I think he proved that he's a way better than Brian Robinson. Just you can look at them both.
He looks
I don't know
good.
why Ron Rivera can't. But I'm with you. Sell Robinson. I have Robinson. I've been thinking about selling him. I don't know. I need to take swings at running back in the only league I have him in. So it's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd say buy Jahan Dotson as well, just real quick. He's been hurt. Maybe people forgot. Go out there and snag him. And then, like you're saying with Terry McLaurin, Taylor Heineke's more dynamic than Wentz, maybe, or at least more fun. Dynamic might be the wrong word. But he's getting Terry involved already, so go for it. And they should have a new quarterback in a year.
Straight up.
And a coach, probably.
Yeah,
Hey.
Dotson and the Swift are both good buys. I didn't know whether to feather in like injury dips or not,
Yeah.
but that's really what you really want to buy, the injury dip,
Mhm.
you know. So
I'm
Eagles.
with
the
you.
old roster clog dip. Eagles. Okay, I don't know. Is it possible by AJ Brown? Is it possible? He is the wide receiver 18 right now. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay up for him, but he only has 2 touchdowns on a team that only has 6 passing touchdowns. So the potential is not exactly at its max. I know that wide receiver 18 sounds bad, but I think this guy has a future as like the heart of this offense. Jalen Hurts is kind of playing it cool, and I think that really opens it up for AJ Brown to be like the flashy badass on this team. And I think he's going to do a lot better than he currently is doing. Christian's made some comments about the Jalen Hurts run touchdowns not being sustainable, and I think it goes into AJ Brown's catching. So give me an extra minute. It's my last team. Sell Miles Sanders. He's having a great year, man. But it is going to be his last year with the Eagles, and I think he's benefiting from having Jalen Hurts. I think he's benefiting from what this past game is. 4th year on the rookie deal. And right now, his value is a little inflated. Sure, his quarterback has the most red zone rush attempts in the league at 24, but Sanders isn't doing too bad. He's tied at 7th most with 16. So it's the reoccurring red zone opportunities that's really elevating him right now. And yeah, he only has 13 targets. So he's not catching the ball that much. I just don't really believe in his future matching what his current production is. So that's a good opportunity to sell if you ask me.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
No.
3, 2.
Benjamin. Benjamin.
Christian, your response.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I just bought AJ Brown in a redraft, and it cost me DeAndre Swift. So like, it is kind of he's expensive, but if you can go get him, I'm with you because I do think he'll pop. They are going to have to start throwing it more. And you know, I agree with you about Sanders. I was trying to buy Sanders a lot, but that's because again, in the league I was doing it, I needed running backs very, very badly. But I'm with you. Rookie years or rookie deals coming to the end. The Eagles still have a bunch of picks somehow after making
my
all these
God.
trades. Which by the way, that I'm going to use my minute to say I agree with you, and I'll use my give me an extra minute to talk about the fact that the GM of the Bears was saying that, oh, it's sad that I had to break up the Bears locker room, but I'm trying to build for the future right here. And you got a fucking 4th round pick for Robert Quinn. What the fuck are you?
That's what I'm talking about.
How are you building for the future? What the fuck are you going to do with that 4th round pick? Is that going to be better than Robert Quinn? No,
Nope.
it's not. And you just paid most of Robert Quinn's contract. That makes 0 sense to me. And you pissed off your best defensive player in Roquan Smith. I don't get it. And I also don't understand how the Eagles keep conning these people into these incredible deals. 4th round for Robert Quinn. What was that? 5th round for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And they still have 3 first-round picks next year. Eagles are looking good. Joe Douglas over there. That's not Joe Douglas. That used to be Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas is the Jets GM now, right? I got that all fucked up. Doesn't matter. It didn't make sense to me. That was a little rant that I just thought.
Howie Roseman.
That's right. Howie Roseman.
Yeah, buddy.
The Eagles.
Dude, they have the Saints 1st round pick. Like that's
yeah. Like goodness gracious.
All right, on to our last division, the AFC East.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Joe Douglas, let's go to the New York Jets. Jets are hot right now, boys. I like it. It's hard for me to decide what to do here. They're interesting. Obviously, Breece Hall was setting the world on fire, and that injury has hurt. I think just
My
football
heart.
fans. Yeah, just football fans in general are all hurt by the Breece Hall injury. I got all up on the hype train for him. Quick sell/buy. Sell Michael Carter, buy James Robinson. There's a reason that the Jets immediately went out and traded for him. I think he's going to take over most of the workload over Carter, and then he'll still be 24 years old and going to a new team. The other guy I'm going to say buy is Garrett Wilson. Buy the production dip if you can. He's been kind of middling the past couple weeks. Jets are still figuring it out, and I think he is going to be a stud, and he's out targeting Corey Davis by almost 20 targets. So it's not like they don't see his value. It's just not really performing right now. So buy the dip.
You got 2 more minutes stocked up if you want to. Oh, yeah. Just keep it in mind.
Okay. Daniel, the response.
Yeah. The Jets are going places. Get in on him. Wilson, stud. He's amazing. Elijah Moore's not happy. Garrett Wilson. Yeah, Zach Wilson. I don't know. He was really needing some Breece Hall.
Yeah.
God, Breece Hall was just such a fun, such a fun player, man. What do you do? But now we got the Doke. We got to pivot to the Doke. No one cares about Seattle. Green. I don't know.
Green.
Jamal Adams. Fuck. I don't know what to say. I think the O-line solidified, right? I think this offense has a bright future. And
Vera Tucker going down hurts, but yeah, the line is better for sure. Yeah, long term, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Man,
you did a great job.
I'd say just let Michael Carter go off this week before James Robinson gets accumulated. Sell Michael Carter after this week. Boom, baby.
Yeah, that acclimation time period, really.
Let's go Buffalo Bills, and let's go sell Gabe Davis. He's so boomer busty to me. He has the same amount of targets as Isaiah McKenzie. That's not what you want from somebody. And this is why I'm saying sell. He has this weird amount of value right now. I saw him at Gabe Davis and a 6th for Chris Olave. Gabe Davis and a 4th for Jahan Dotson. Gabe Davis packaged in a package of picks for Stephon Diggs. Like, people are really high on Gabe Davis, and I think you should take advantage of that because he gets 30-point weeks, but then he gets like 2 fucking point weeks, and there's too many mouths to feed on that offense, and he's not the dude. He's a number 2, very, very fun weapon that the Bills have. And you should sell that very fun weapon for a more consistent, more fun weapon for your fantasy team.
And time. Daniel.
How fun. How exciting. Man, I love it. Isaiah McKenzie has as many targets and more catches than Gabriel Davis. And some of you might say, hey, but Gabe Davis is a touchdown machine. Well, Isaiah McKenzie has 3 to his 4. But other people might say, what about the yards? 383 yards to 162.
That's right.
Gabe Davis is a monster, man. And you definitely better off selling him while you can and get the money out of him. Or you can just hold him and let him have 2-point weeks and let him have you week-winning weeks on the other side.
That's fair.
It depends on how your roster's built. You can't have too many of those boomer bust guys. But if you have something stable to back him up, man, I think he's an ace.
Yeah.
He could be that X factor for you.
I don't know, man. August 23rd, 2022, I sold Gabe Davis for a 2024 first and a 2023 second.
A first and a second?
Yeah.
For Gabe?
Before season, so.
Oh.
Yeah. Riding that, the 3 TD Bills
4?
Chiefs game. 4 TDs, my bad.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Gabe. Again, this is another one of those, like, who do you really want to sell on the Bills offense, but you can't really buy anybody either, so you got to, I don't know,
like
for the sake of...
Definitely can't sell anybody.
Like a better version of Chase Claypool's 2020 campaign.
No, I agree with you 100%. I just, that was just my knee jerk.
Yeah, that's fair. I got you.
All right.
All right. So let's do the New England. You know what? No, I'll do the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Because this was the hardest one and not as fun of a finish. So this is probably the hardest one for me because if you have a Dolphin, I don't really think you want to sell any of them that are worth anything. You don't want to sell Hill. You don't want to sell Waddle. You don't really want to sell Tua because you're still interested in seeing that. But you can't really buy any of them either because they're way too expensive. Like, how much do you have to spend to get Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle? Tua may be on the fence there. So I guess my buy would be Mike Gesicki. He's a free agent at the end of the year. He's still a premium receiving tight end that could go somewhere else that still wants to use him more. And he's still getting pop in Miami, even though everyone thought he wasn't going to. I mean, he only has like 26 targets, so he's kind of going wasted there. But once he gets on a new team, hopefully a team that wants to use a receiving tight end more, I think it'd be worth the buy dip right here.
Definitely. Daniel, the response.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about with Mike Gesicki, you know. Just hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And that's legit. Let it be. I though think that I think if it were me with the Dolphins, I would try and buy Tua. How is he affordable? Feels like he's semi-affordable.
Yeah, I think it depends. People are so either really, really into Tua or not into him at all. So I think it just depends on who has him.
Gotcha. I agree. I just remember, you know, I think we all forget, like we all look at Tua as less than Pat Mahomes because of the way the Tyreek thing went this offseason. And a lot of us forget that he won 8 out of 9 games coming back from injury last year and kind of has always rallied this team in a pretty strong way. And now he hit the ground running this year, dealt with whatever you want to call his little vacation. But now he's strong. He's back, and I think he's alive.
All right, on to the last team.
So now it's the New England Patriots. This one is I'm gonna have a little less vigor for with the news that Mac Jones is likely to start or is starting. I forget where that came down, but I'm saying buy Mac Jones. I don't understand this. He's the highest graded rookie QB last year. You, the Patriots, install a defensive coordinator as your offensive coordinator, and then Mac Jones gets hurt and has a couple bad games, so you bury him for Bailey Zappi. Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I like Bailey Zappi. I do. But I think Mac Jones has what it takes to be a successful quarterback in this league. Maybe not a phenomenally successful one, but a Kirk Cousins light maybe type in the right offense. And I think if you can get him cheaper because of the Zappi nonsense and because he's being benched, now again, kind of throws off what I'm saying because he's probably going to start. I just like Mac Jones, man. I don't understand benching him that early. I didn't get it.
Yeah. Emphasis on the Kirk Cousins light. Emphasis.
Yeah, no one would want that, so I don't understand how this is a buy. Kirk Cousins light, fuck all that. Yeah, I'm with you. The other player on this offense you want to buy is too late. You know, you missed.
Yeah,
the
you should have bought
window.
Stevenson a while ago.
But I bring him up because you know, he was wide open for a first down, that play that Mac Jones threw the pick that got him benched for that game. So
That's
Mac
fair.
Jones still has some room to grow, but I can't believe that they put Zappi in and that he went like 4 passes for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns on his first 2 drives. And then that was it. Like, that was just it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get the excitement about Bailey Zappi, but like you said, it's Mac Jones' job. And as long as he's on a Bill Belichick offense with a sound run game, there's going to be potential for him to go over the top. So,
Well, boys, at an hour 30, I think
Damn,
to
really?
end this episode, Christian's got to hold up a minute. So I think we just give Christian the floor for 2 minutes to talk about whatever you want to.
What? Nah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll just take 2 minutes. We were talking about possibly doing some actual NFL trades to go along with these. So I'm just gonna go into that, I guess. Some trades that I would like to see for fantasy. Elijah Moore to the Packers would be incredible. I think our team is hamstrung by not being able to go deep with Watson being hurt. Don't think it'll get done, but that would be interesting. But here's a big one that anybody think it'd be cool if Antonio Gibbs played on the Rams?
That would be sick.
Wow.
Wouldn't that just be fun for everybody? And we know that they were after a running back who could also catch the ball because they were in on the Christian McCaffrey trade. Why not go get Antonio Gibson away from the Commanders? Hell, make it a clean sweep. Send them back Cam Akers as part of the deal. Get both these guys in a new place and just roll. I think that would be great if Gibson was there.
I like that. That's 1 minute. Minute number 2.
All right. Jordan Love to the Colts. Think that'd be a lot of fun if Sam Ehlinger doesn't work out. Mike Gesicki to the Giants. Daniel Bellinger's hurt. Another pass catcher. Everybody thinks the Giants are going to trade for a wide receiver. Maybe they subvert that expectation, go get a passing tight end for Daniel Jones to throw the ball to again. And then Kareem Hunt to the Bills for a cheap pick. I think would be interesting. That's it. That's all I have.
Oh, that's
Love
interesting. I loved all of that.
I think Claypool to the Giants would be the cleanest trade in the world.
Yeah.
Finally get that Kenny Golladay-esque wide receiver.
But they have Kenny Golladay.
No, this is Kenny Golladay-esque, which is better than Kenny Golladay.
Send Kenny Golladay to the Packers. Let's go.
Oh, fuck that.
All right. Well, I'm going to end this episode with just a little thing for you guys. The year's 2023. It's the off season. The Colts owner, Jim Irsay, forces Matt Ryan into an early retirement via blackmail. Finally, Matt Ryan has gotten too far, and the proof is in the pudding. He decides it's finally time to get a real quarterback. He's been cautious, too cautious. It's time to get dangerous.
Oh, fuck.
And he sends Shaquille Leonard and picks the Broncos for Russell Wilson.
Boo this man. Boo.
New owner Rob Walton, fresh off firing head coach Nathaniel Hackett, is happy to start anew. Hackett was never his plan. He's the heir of Walmart, but he's got a target. Arguably the best receiver core in the league. You need someone to sling it, someone that can put up the yardage, who's done it before, maybe only in college. Someone with a future offensive coordinator tendencies. Not just someone, but someone's plural. Some twos. Ken Dorsey becomes the head coach of the Denver Broncos, and by request and advice from the Rough Draft Research Podcast, sends a third-round pick to acquire second-year quarterback Bailey Zappi. He's toppled hills in Western Kentucky. Now he's ready to climb the quarterback mountain, and it'll make you screaming. Josh Allen, who? A dynasty reborn in Denver. Bailey Zappi, Ken Dorsey.
Oh,
He has his glasses. Oh, I'm going to keep banging that train. Well, that's it for us, boys.
Thanks for banging the train.
Love banging trains. Somebody has trains.
Later, guys.